it is wise that we temporarily remove these concentration points by closing all the primary and secondary schools, pre-primary, as well as all the universities and tertiary institutions for 1 month, starting with Friday, the 20th of March, 2020, starting at midday.
It was a difficult period for everyone around the world. We were in Kampala, I remember, with my wife and all other family.
You know the conditions by then, you're not allowed to move anywhere, and then being a confined place with children, I found life a bit hard. So I decided to come back to the village.
My name is Isaac Alele. Commonly here I'm called Alele May in the community. The name May comes about because I am born in May. I'm married to my wife, Goretti Akiteng. God has blessed us with 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl. I'm the director of Heritage Community School Project, which we have been running since 2019 December. Heritage Community School Project traces its origin back to the time of COVID-19. We heard that the country was going to be under lockdown as a measure to curb the spread of the virus at the time. And we thought to ourselves that it would be better if in the situation of lockdown, we were home in the village, here in Anok. So we traveled in the night of the lockdown, and then the following day we started life in a completely different setting from what we were used to in Kampala. First week, cleaning the compound, trying to find our feet, what to do. Second week, the kids are already asking us about their favorite TV programs and about school, and we didn't have very good answers for them. So as the weeks went by, we started to think that we needed to find something to occupy the minds of the children out of the chaos that was really going on in the world about that time.
I one time just sat with my daughter and my son. I just asked them to write for me their names. And my kids could not write their names. Just months after the lockdown. So I found it a bit challenging, and I imagined that if my own who are from the city, okay, cannot write their names down, I felt a bit bad and pushed forward like to start all this.
So we got some books, some reading materials, and started to just play with the children under the trees here in the compound.
One was just in top class, the other one was in P2. So I would combine them together, teach the one in top, then go to P2, like that. But as time went on, the neighbors' kids would pass around here, and you'll find them saying, I also want to come there. Can I come and sit? And you're like, okay, come and sit. Then that day, the day goes by. Then tomorrow, like, no, come with a book. Tell mommy to give you a book. So the numbers kept increasing slowly and slowly.
I'm here at school in 2020. Karame COVID no tie. Je pashu kanti chako. Eti chako ponyo tino mere pashu. Yonge mano wandong chegi kan chako kelo tino.
Man otimere karame lockdown. Me achiel. Ame kope corona no tie. Eka director me skuli te chako ponyo tino mere pashu. E karentia ponyo tino mere pashu. Wano no tieo tino wado chik petia yeye wado ngotino wado kwane chukula dong tiu chego ko eka wano tebe anotebe nenno ni utino mere tia kwan anda te chaku chwalo tino nario ni ene.
And of course we couldn't turn them out, we couldn't turn them down or send them back. In any case, we thought that they were actually helping us give company to these 4-5 children of ours, allowing them to actually acclimatize better into now our new village environment.
People got so interested because each time the kids went home, they saw there was a difference in their activity at home, in what they were doing. So I had to push forward, and because the numbers became a bit big, I became overwhelmed. So I called some of my colleagues. The teachers, remember that time we were also in for a break because of the lockdown. So I would call the teachers who had come back home. So I would say, please come and give a hand. We have some children here. Let's help these children.
Ideally, we would have 4 hours of study play with the children. 2 hours, and then a break, then another 2 hours. As we did this, more children kept coming, and soon we already having a problem with how to cater for them in terms of porridge. It was easy when we were just cooking porridge for 5 children. But when the numbers went already to 10, 11, 13, we were already having trouble with how to prepare porridge for all that number of children. And then we thought that we should talk to the parents whose children were coming in, and they were willing to make contribution in terms of food, maize, flour, sugar, so that we could use that for making porridge for the children. And indeed, they made those contributions, and so we would make porridge for the children and give them in between the breaks.
After the lockdown, we're like, maybe if the schools start, even us would look for other schools like each parent does. But we asked the kids to go home, like there is no more school here. The parents keep sending them back to school. They keep sending them. So instead of sending them back, I also started now keeping up with them. And slowly, this is how everything worked out for us. We would study under the trees here with the kids, and when it clocks 1, we'd send them back home for lunch, like that. And that's how it was for us. It's so amazing that the kids that I interacted with throughout refused to go to other schools. Others would even tell their parents, Mommy, if you take me from here, I don't want school now. I want to remain here. So it was so unique and very interesting to be with the children.
This is KWAN class welcoming you.
I like of my school because I play with my friends. I play football with them, run around with them, share with them, and some other stuff do together with them.
I like it when people are having fun inside the field and when people are just chatting there, when people are getting food and getting porridge. What I like most in my school, I love studies and playing, having fun in the field, and I play football very well. The number I play is number 5, and when I'm there, you don't pass me. Yes, I always keep the strikers there and I defend my goalkeeper.
This school has benefited a lot because most of the learners from here nowadays, like those one right from top class, they know how to speak English. They know how to interact with their fellows. They know how to dress even by their own.
I've learned how to keep myself clean because when I was still at home, the studies at school is different from home. So at home, I just used to play anyhow. I don't even keep myself clean. But at school, I was taught by my teachers how to keep myself clean. And I used to play bad games, but nowadays I play good games. And I don't injure myself.
Ujel liceo ko kwan chakina sare. Tinni penyo choyo ABC na hezet penyo choyo kai penyo cho pe cho. Etu yong da ta kelokan. Atin ta chakodong niang mumot ni be pon amote pon kere kan. Kuna no ni bera school le tiye. Atin no penyo le mono. Perang yo no hanu choyo nye. Etu bino mera do bino kere kan. Ngeo le mono, ngeo kobu ngeo choyo nyahnie. Ishando peti ara chotwal.
Chana anu tu kopi school tia geri tino ma woro jo. Kara chel kiri woro bai chwin keda teni. Ginu kena ma school lang tia timo. Tia geri tino ni kiri tag chwin. Chana anu kopi atina chel kari tin me baby kai kwanyo. Roma expressing him ourselves to the community. Mio yiwatia yomi ya attack a chalo annual amatin nere nyotino mertikan.
Atena ni shawani anudong tie patia na yocha. Ya chake gira no yomata hata hapina shwala me poti tidi. Eta tene karo cha hobino. Ikome chako bere ngata come tek kita yo no petikere ye no yo no go all style kire ngora kikan aya lebe which ginu tere kwenye kede class ka dok pashu chako ba choda de chani atene ni odong choyo alphabets cho mena entwero cho mena gire da pengio pe cho eka sounds Pole du shudo ngeo sounds. Wanre ke da po ngeo to geni shane genu pole de kere geni ngeo. Dan kai penyo da kobi.
Ngecho tino nani omede malo. O tino nani dong pel uchako do mito mirime kwa na teka donye kwogi utebero joame tina me do ngeo kobole mono aber. Do ngeo da do ke lo nyim luak ka do luak tie dang gin lo nyim luak dang aber e ka dang ngeo cho yo buk aber e ka dang ngechere me rieko me klasi te me de malo ateka ana penyo gini nga puonyo de ko bu puonyo wani puonyo wa be da tino de chiel ko pe ko gi kanor gini kwan kan.
First and foremost, we had only one public school here. We did not have in this community, within here, we did not have any other private institution or school dealing with the nursery and primary education. So to me, I look at it benefiting even the children who are not able to walk long distances. They are now able to acquire the education they wanted. So that is one benefit. Every child is able to at least acquire the quality education they have been maybe looking for. And another thing is it is also affordable. Every parent can pay.
At the beginning, we had a number of challenges. We still have a number of challenges. But just to say some of the things that we really were battling with at the start, first sitting arrangement. So you're looking at furniture, you're looking at blackboards, you're looking at other things. And then also when the children came, they were all in different categories. Others are in a higher level, others are in lower levels. So to teach them was a bit of challenge at the start, but we had to group them and find a way around. We were having the classes under the trees, and so we would have a lot of interruptions from weather elements, the sunshine. So the class moves according to the shade. If the shade is here, that's where the class is. If the shade has moved, then the class as well has to move. And also scholastic materials, books, chalk, and then the support really from the parents. At first, they were not very strong at the start because they thought this is just some play time for the children, and they were not looking at it like seriously the way they are looking at it right now.
Our classrooms are a bit shaky. We are really affected by the rainy weather, and most times when it rains, the children even come late to school. And if it rains when they're at school, that day the lessons get interrupted because of the bad weather.
We have achieved quite a number of milestones since we started. The very first time we were under these trees, but as you can see, we have some sort of shelter, at least a temporal structure that the children can use and shelter them off from rain and also from sunshine. Yeah. We also got support from one of our family friends with a water harvesting facility. Here where we are is a difficult challenge with water. Actually, we have just one major water source here, a spring well, which is about 1.5-2 kilometers away. For us, first, it is very far. So going to draw from 1.5-2 kilometers away for 200 children, it's a very, very uphill task. But also when it rains, really, the safety of that water source is not guaranteed. So the water tank, when we put it, I think it's a milestone for us. Also when we first started, we were just using our pit latrine there as for family use, right? So, but as the numbers went up, we had to do something more, and we have been able to construct a 4 stands pit latrine that can help serve the children. Initially, we were cooking the porridge in the compound, and sometimes rain interferes with the cooking. Other times, if wind is blowing, it can pour maybe other things into the porridge. So we have also constructed a kitchen, which is a good milestone for us. And then we have also started to construct a store. It's not yet complete, but this is where the contributions from the parents in terms of food can be safely stored, and that's what we want to complete in the near future. In terms of support from others, I would say our friends, those with whom we studied in school, others with whom we had worked previously, offered a supportive hand during this time. For example, when the children were all mixed up and we started to group them, remember, it's only my wife who is the teacher here, and she was already having a challenge switching in between the groups. Peter, for example, I remember, also Sylvia, they organized and arranged for us 3 tablets. So these tablets, we would load them with educational materials according to the different levels, and then group the kids and then allow them to study or watch those tutorials, those lessons from the tablet as the teacher moves from one group to another. In terms of the future and things that we are looking at beyond just the school, one is the engagement with the community and with the parents. We started a tree planting activity with the parents.
School ku wano nyal utio pet chana yen ame chana na kopi anna pera kede passion pera yen tiene tutumia chel I wirre achala duogi me kubere ame school ku akara chel kede.
The idea is that we plant some trees so that as the children are growing up through the elementary, through the primary level, and later on as they move on to higher levels of education, there can be an investment that can finance that higher level education. The other initiative which we are involved in as a community is beekeeping, and right now we have about 20 households who are participating in that particular activity, and in total we have 60 beehives being kept in 3 separate apiaries. So the idea is still the same, that households get alternative incomes to be able to invest in the education.
Well, the bigger picture that I have here is that to have a community that children actually are able to read and write. Because if you look at the way the community is, you realize that there's a certain group that is more preferred to have the education. For example, you find the parents saying, for me it is my son who will have to go to school. The girls are, no, because they will go away with time, let me send only my son. But for me, I look forward to seeing even the girl child and the boys really being educated and they are literate, like being able to read and write, which is the basic in life. That's what I really look forward to, especially in this community where we are. And above it all, I also pray that the Lord helps us to be able to carry on with this kind of community project. It's not easy, but we are always very optimistic.
Junior Heritage obedo chukula ber twal ameka yini tuna yete nenno kita ma tin tikede keneno puonyera tin ineno ngeche tin obedo skula me ka yini kele ya tin ni yini bedo kede genna ko itera tin de tek bedo kede geno ko ne ya nyim atini ni abino bedo ngaeno bedo don kwacha boto nywal ame ogworo kan ala meti Dokolo district edo nywal lo kene medang peti Dokolo district ame mirne no puonyera besho me ko begene gen miero kelo tino Junior Heritage yan bedo chukula ber bedo chukula mo puonye mer maro tino bedo chukula me yuba tin kada yora tin dong peti abere to ka otune chingo puonye atino yubere so do ana kwayo nywal du june yer geno kanya kino okel otino gi Junior Heritage we ko tino gi binung puonyera besho
kedati akwayo gamente ni kanene o chakri yichalo ete no chakri yichalo ni tijama pola morem ame mio tino ne obera chalo peko boto tino yo abera me mio kel tino na school no peti aber eka miro maj da bedatie pien ka yo tie maj miro bedatie pi te bedatie ame yo wan wora nyima ber eto unyual miteni unomir wan ko neno skuli rwama malo ko neno ni ginoro ti uporo pa jokanda me rom konyo wa ame mir wan okelu no tini ye.
I never planned one day that we would have such a community school around, but it is because the trust that the parents put in me. A word of encouragement to everyone outside there. When you go into a community and you see a need in any way, it can be like we did, ours we saw in the line of education. Anyone can do this. Anyone, anywhere, you can. What is important is what you put in. Your time is more important in all this. So I encourage each one of us really to look through their community and pick up something and do it, especially for the betterment of the community at large.
If you would like to be part of the work that we are doing here at Heritage, if you like to support in all the ways, I would say you're most welcome to do so. We have many areas of need still. If you look at our structures, if you look at our water issues, if you look at our library, if you look at our fields where the children play, there are lots of opportunities for anybody who is interested to support, and they are definitely welcome to join this effort. And to do so, you can always reach out to us. The contact numbers, the contact information is provided right on the screen. And so far, really, I also want to thank very much those who have been able to sacrifice, to offer, to support, and giving to be able to bring the project to where it is right now. And great blessings to you all. I know it's not in vain. You are making a change, and many lives are being impacted for the better out of the contributions that you make. Thank you.
Udiro kanicha ducho, beno kich alufonye. Udiro kanicha ducho.